not want, even just parents, period? Why do people, period, not want to be in interracial relationships?
I feel like you trust your own race a little more than you trust another race.
Great answer.
You know,
I like that. Dude.
Yeah,
I like
it's
that
just
one.
like I can't
Yeah.
I can't relate to a white guy or I can't relate to a black. I can only base it off of like stereotypes and what I've seen or heard. And unfortunately, what I've heard about black men is they don't stick around to raise their kids, not knowing that you know what I'm saying. It's systematic.
The podcast is called Converse.
Shit we talk about.
If you can't take raw honesty, this ain't the place for you.
This is not the place for you.
Moving on up.
Shit, we smoke out.
Ready to start?
What's up, bro?
First off, before, you saw me.
Leave me be,
You saw
bro.
me.
Leave
You
me
saw
be.
me.
Niggas need cuts.
I need one too, but you get cuts as often as white people do.
Dude.
Yeah, since COVID, that's definitely been. I think I got
get
a
cuts
cut
like once every 2
What,
months.
twice? I think I got a
Once, nigga.
Nah, you cut me at the beginning because you came down in my kitchen. Remember you seen story? You was like, y'all
You're saying
did
you
good.
cut him in
And
2000?
then I came out there.
Got you.
Twice in 2019.
Listen, this dude.
2020.
Remember
Yeah, 20.
my beard? How he took like a layer of skin off?
He didn't take a layer, he just burnt you.
Man, that shit was. It was like. Quick,
Yeah.
fast, and
I asked this nigga. I said, "Are these clippers too sharp?" He was like, "No, I'm good." I'm like, "All right." Did it. First of all, his beard was crispy as fuck when he left.
Oh, it was crispy. It was crispy.
And then I put the aftershave on him, and then I was like, "You good?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm good."
And he went home and got fitted too.
This nigga said,
That's when you had on the,
he gonna text me drunk last night. He was like, "I'm not gonna lie, I tried to act like that shit didn't burn. That shit was my face was on fire." I tried to act like that shit was good, and he took that shit like a fuck.
No, because I felt like he was trying me. He's like, you good with this? And I was like, no, I'm straight. Yeah, everything's cool over here. Like, what the fuck you mean? Like, pain tolerance through the roof. And I was like,
So growing up for you, every week wasn't haircut for you
never.
every week?
What? Haircuts was like,
But your haircut comes out really good when it goes.
it was like few and far between.
What is that about? Why is it that I feel like it's always been a thing, like as a black man, you gotta keep your hair low.
I don't know.
our mothers.
Is it our mothers? You don't think that
my mom always told me you had to keep, the clean shoes and the
Clean
cut.
cut.
but where does that come from? The clean cut? Like what is wrong with our hair?
It was a thing that, you always had to be presentable.
Listen, that peasy shit is ridiculous.
To the white people. I think that's what it was.
No, that peasy shit looks bad on
if
anybody.
you got nappy hair, you
I mean-
look.
Do you not think that's what it is?
Are you guys assuming that we plan on running into y'all?
No, there was a
If you see a black
there was a
person, you
time
have
frame
bad
when
day.
if you didn't go to a job with a low cut, you're not getting a job.
Right. So I think it came from just looking as presentable as possible for the white people.
There's
Yeah,
kids
just
that been
kinda
sent home and said, you know what, your hair, it's unacceptable.
It's like no one cares about you.
Yeah.
You're
If you let your kid go around like with dirty clothes, you know what I'm saying, snotty nose, dirty shoes, it just doesn't look like you're cared for.
And then we just started owning the naps, the new wave cut. You know what I'm saying? When you right around here, the baby fro, and then you like get the
Little sponge.
little sponge.
The
you know
one
what I'm
and
saying?
done.
Just,
Yeah,
the one and done, the Kentucky one and done. Great joke.
That was murdered.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
I don't know why they
that
own
wasn't
that
me.
shit. That shit looks
No,
bad.
Wiz said that
Yeah.
about you.
What was the joke?
Wiz said that you had the Kentucky one and done haircut.
Kentucky one and done.
Listen, this
I'm
dude.
gonna have to Google that.
This dude was crying.
You know,
so bad
all
he
the
called
freshmen,
me.
All the freshmen for
all the
Kentucky.
freshmen,
Like the
for
basketball
Kentucky,
players,
they,
like-
all the basketball players, they go to school for 1 year and then they go to the NBA.
Okay.
They said you had a Kentucky one and done.
You did have that.
Okay.
But
Dumb shit no more.
A lot of people are. That little cocker ball. Good look, because that 4K shows everything.
check this out. Something crazy happened.
Bed
a friend of
bugs.
mine told me today. It just reminded me you said cuckabug.
He got bed bugs in his hat.
This
That's a good one. That's really a good joke.
this girl I know got fired from her job today because they took like a group picture, for the team, and her eyes were closed. One person says, "Man, we gotta take it again. This person's eyes are closed," and then she responds back in the group, "They're not closed. I just have chinky eyes,"
Ooh,
and she got fired.
because of that.
It's a racial slur,
What?
And she's not Asian.
and she's not Asian.
Don't nobody even care about them. No, but think about it.
It's not their fight.
They're not even here.
Right, because think
They're
about
not
it.
even
Would she
over
get
here
fired
like
if she
that.
said, wow, you're Indian given? Would she got fired for that?
That's what
everybody.
It's almost like somebody has to recognize
or what if
it.
they
And
said-
Ty's saying they don't care. Nobody cares enough to recognize that that was a
What about
racial slur.
No,
What about
but that's-
CPT? Is CPT a racial slur?
No.
What, color people time? Yeah. Yes, it's a racial slur. Don't say that shit around me. I work around them, but white people. White people better not say that shit. I'm always on time just so they can't say that shit.
It's not a racial slur. It's just fucked up to say.
It's a stereotype.
Is it a
It's a
thing?
stereo- yeah, it's a
Is it a
stereotype.
thing though?
Negative stereotype. I mean, y'all made it a thing.
Yeah.
But,
I'm always on time.
I mean, I was late today, so I was about to just
Yeah,
say.
I'm always.
Yeah, y'all were late because y'all thought Rico was gonna be late.
No,
All the time.
I
All
was
the
here
time.
at 8. I'm usually here before, but I was here at 8. But yeah, color people time is a real thing. It's just the lack of care
For the
lack
Asian?
of care for the other people involved.
I just don't feel like
For you
they're.
to think that
I
you
just
can
don't feel
take
like they're
these
complaining.
long ass showers and just not worry about what other people's doing. If we say we want to do something at 8:00, be on time. People care. People's doing things. Yes, I mean,
People do care.
I
They
mean, I
do.
was on Lyft's time today.
They may not say nothing, but they care. You know what I mean? I be in them rooms now where they be they care.
I just
It
don't understand.
burns me up when my girl's late.
And it's
Burns me alive.
And it's worse when you're black. Everything is worse when you're black. Like even like my staff, like the shit that my black staff do versus the white staff do, like it affects who gets hired next. Like just the other day, it was like, I don't know, they remind me of such and such and such and such. but with the white staff, it's just be like, goddamn, such and such was shitty.
You want to know why?
But we don't
I
say
think-
nothing
well,
about-
I think because it's their rule. They develop business professional.
I think it's just stereotypes.
You don't think white people develop business professional? Like when I
I
graduated
don't know
college.
how it works, so I'm not, you know what I mean?
Listen, when I
Work in
graduated
mental health
college, I went to apply for a job
I was so
at
open-ended.
Enterprise Rental Car, and everything was going good because I had my degree and all that shit. But they told me, they was like, "Hey, will you shave your face?" I was like, "That's not what we do. It's like a black man with no hair on his face is for sure a molester. He definitely touches kids at least. So no one just voluntarily shaves their hair off their face. Like, that's wild.
It almost shows you what their bias
But they
is.
told me that that's business professional. I said, to
Is it?
who? That's what, according to Enterprise Rental Car, business professional.
I
There's
don't
bullshit.
get it.
Listen, you've never seen a president with a mustache.
Damn, dog. Not even back in like the 60s or something?
There was one guy that had like some sideburns, maybe. But it's just not the look. They just
Damn,
think about the military.
that's deep.
Think about the military.
Well,
No,
that's
all the militaries, no.
No.
Yeah, that makes sense. Cops are like almost the same way. They can have
State
a mustache.
I mean,
troopers,
there's certain jobs where you got to wear a certain mask on your face that your beard needs to be cut so it can protect you a certain kind
Yeah,
of
it was
way.
like-
5
but that's
o'clock
not about professional
5 o'clock
appearance.
shadow.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I remember one time when we was at a YSU, and we weren't allowed to have any facial hair on the football team, and they made you shave. Right, it's wild, right? And we lost a game.
guys are
And
barbarians.
your boy wasn't even playing. Coach came down, cussed me and my homie Tony out. Was like, it's because of y'all. Y'all didn't give 100%. Y'all didn't buy in. Man, went home, shaved that shit off quick.
Wow.
Took that shit to heart. I was like, damn.
Well, your mustache?
I had like a goatee at the time.
Goddamn
That probably
superstitions,
was
man.
terrible.
I mean, I looked
Was it like, full goatee?
Nah, I look like a fucking Billy Goat for real.
That's all I pictured.
I used to hate them I fucking hate superstitions, man. You know what
I don't
mean?
think that was a superstition.
Yeah, that's not what they made it out to be. It wasn't like a superstition. It was like, we're all doing this. This is the team thing.
Yeah.
You ain't buying in. You trying to be different. You trying to individualize yourself right now.
Like how the soldier for the Steelers, when he just took an extra step, was like, oh damn, I didn't.
Oh yeah, that guy.
That wasn't out of not being.
He's
I
like,
just made a fucking mistake.
that was a dick move, I think.
What you talking about?
Oh, you think he purposely did
When
that?
the Steelers agreed to stay inside the tunnel during the national anthem,
And then the one dude went, yeah.
because he's a veteran, so he stepped out, and I was like, "Come on, dog! You don't think anybody else wants to stand out there too? We all doing this back here because we this is what we agreed on.
Yeah, fall back.
I just don't like people that do that,
He should have just tweeted, I don't agree with this, but I got to do it.
or just not said nothing and just stood there. And I mean,
Gave him a little disclaimer.
That was the whole point of that anyway.
hey man, I know we ain't trying to get political, but are we not going to talk about them motherfuckers wilding on the Capitol at all?
A lot of shit happened in 2021 so far. It's only been 2 weeks.
I thought that shit was hilarious.
Listen, I had someone.
I was so fucking happy. I was so happy to see white people acting
Losing their shit,
barbaric.
just wild. Fuck these windows. We
But
coming
you know
in
what
this
though?
thing.
it's not like it doesn't happen. Like white people do shit like that often.
Often, yeah.
But
yeah.
it's just never captured.
I
You
think
know
it
what
was
I'm saying?
more-
Like,
It's captured. It's not like harped upon. It's not used.
That's
the
what I'm
media
saying.
doesn't spin it.
So when we ever act out like that,
Define
it's
we.
always
Black people.
black
All right,
people,
just
yeah.
making sure.
So when we act out, I mean, it's always considered the craziest thing ever. You know what I mean? So when to see white people do it after they're the ones who always bash and portray us in a certain kind of light, it's always nice to see.
But what did you know what they were doing when they were doing it? Because I didn't know what was going on. I really thought I was with it. Like I was like,
Thought it was about them two bands.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, let the motherfuckers know they can get touched too. Give a fuck who you think you are. You playing with this economy, people loses businesses, houses, everything. I was like, let them know. That's why I was like,
So, but the difference between
and then these motherfuckers went up there for a box of electoral votes, some old bullshit, and called it a revolution. I said, kiss my fucking ass.
yeah, but see, like you understand it on a certain kind of level,
Right.
on both sides.
Yeah,
So
kind
it
of.
wasn't like there was just a bunch of white people that were saying, "Oh, you know, this is wrong for the black people to do, but this
didn't-
way we're standing up for our freedom."
See, I
That's
didn't,
what-
I
that's
don't,
what
I didn't
thought
understand
was
that though. Like this is
completely wrong.
about your freedom, and it was about some voter fraud or something like that. I'm like,
Yeah,
that's what I was like.
that's
I'm
the
off
part-
this.
Yeah, that was whack.
Yeah, I was like, I thought it was about that other 1,200.
I was at work wilding.
And then what's crazy is
Yeah, what's
like,
that feel like?
Oh, bro, because everybody, soon
you-
as,
'cause you
soon as the
work- you-
whole
you
Black
working
Lives
like
Matter,
a mill.
Well, I mean, that's how
Like
my job since I've been 20 years old was always in like a mill. So I'm like the only black person at all
That's
my
what I'm
job.
saying. But I mean, and those are like those people.
Yeah,
those
so
are,
I mean-
those are those all pull yourself up by your bootstraps ass motherfuckers.
You got the
Right,
job
yeah.
because of affirmative action.
Right. That's exactly how they all feel.
Right.
Or a lot of them do. But I'm at work and
Good
doing the
white
whole-
man didn't get this
doing the
job because
whole,
you got it.
Doing the whole Black Lives
Pretty
Matter
much.
movement. The whole time they're like, Ty, so like,
Why ain't you
how
out
do you
there?
how do you feel about what's going on? And I just want to let you know that I just really don't agree with everything. And so all they really wanted to do was just come up to me and say,
Just bait you.
just like, hey, I spoke to a black person how I really feel.
Yeah.
That's all they were doing. Was like, you know what?
I had a dude
I'm not
tell
scared of
me-
anybody. I'm not scared of anybody.
And that's
I'll
why I couldn't rock with the Capitol joint because, like, I feel that we got to fight back. But the fact that y'all didn't ride for us when it was our turn, you know what I'm saying? For what we was riding for, it's so hard for me to be like, yeah, go. It's just like,
What do you mean? So what you're saying is like it was.
it's like I
don't think this was necessarily like white, black. This was like, well, yeah, it was obviously predominantly white.
normally
people.
what?
Yeah.
This was the same crowd. The Blue Lives Matter. The black people. There really is no racism.
Love those
That
people.
crowd. You know what I'm saying? That you guys don't even know what you're feeling. You know what I'm saying?
But to get that route up over alleged voter fraud is what it was. Like you know what I'm saying? There was nothing else behind it. There was no political agenda. There was no like something's happening to me or us. You know what I mean? Like there was nothing. Like
It was
nothing
y'all
behind it.
cheated my man Trump.
And I was like, who the fuck?
Bruh,
Everybody
everybody's
gets cheated. Right. Get the fuck out of here.
Nah, fuck that. Y'all cheated. Y'all cheated Trump. Don't do him like that.
That shit was
Right.
crazy.
So I like it in the sense of
5 people died?
people coming together and I mean, it wasn't organized, but just taking
Oh,
a
it was
stand.
organized.
But I just
Organized as fuck.
I can't
Right.
publicly ride with you because you ain't publicly ride with us. I just can't.
I mean, I thought it was just damn near retarded, but I was like, do your thing. Anytime anybody wants to riot, I'm kind of with it, as long as you don't do that shit around me. You know what I mean? I just kind of want to see shit that happens. But the one lady died. She got popped in her neck. There was a cop that died. They said he got hit with something in his head. He went back to the station, whatever. Then they admitted him to the hospital. He died. And then there was like 3 other people that just randomly collapsed, like after the thing, whatever.
How do you take that at work when you got people of a different color who don't like? Do you feel like they listen to you when it comes to race, or that they want to tell you about something?
They want to tell me. They're not paying attention to anything I say because they don't feel me.
Yeah, certain types.
You won't get it unless like I don't feel like you'll ever get it unless you actually really want to get it, and then you're put in those type of positions where you've seen it for yourself. Because say you went to like a predominantly white school,
Right.
Okay, and you only have predominantly white friends, and the only time you interact with people of other race is either the television, the media, or like when it's a rival school. And
True story.
when black people show up, we let people know we're in the building. We are loud. We're boisterous. That's just our culture. We just loud by nature. I don't know why. That's why
I mean, even BET's louder than all the other channels.
That's fucking
That is
hilarious.
Good for you. Really do be like, God damn,
but
what's
you
up?
know it. You
Why
know
the
that shit's
commercials
true.
up? Every time the commercials come
We're
on, I
just
gotta go
loud.
down 3 notches.
Like I've never heard a white person crack up.
Do people still watch BET?
I don't know.
That's a great question.
I
Do
do.
people still watch cables?
I got the app.
Besides
I got the
sports.
app. I got the
the app.
BT app.
You watch it?
Fuck yeah. Martin's on it. I watch the shit out of Martin.
No.
Oh, okay.
But I think that's the hardest thing about working with white people, even being in an interracial relationship. I feel like, yes, there may be some people that have like a sense of victimhoodness, but there's an issue with race, and I feel like race is one of those only problems in America that other people don't listen to. And I think it's a problem with coworkers. It's a problem even if you marry into a different culture, someone who might be white or might be Asian. It's a hurdle. You know what I'm saying? It's even been a hurdle in my own relationship.
I'm just saying. So I mean, like, how do you cross that bridge then? Like, where you're like, do you get this? Like, do you really understand?
Right.
Because it takes a certain sense of like.
I've been in
You know,
a
apathy,
ton. I've been
you know
in
what I'm saying?
well, not a ton, but I've been in a long.
I feel like somebody like
relationship.
him is never crossed
I
the bridge.
don't give a fuck about any of her family and what they care about, as long as me and her on the same page.
That's how I feel too.
Like I don't get.
But how do you
damn.
know when you're on the same page, or are you just assuming?
Well, I mean, obviously we're going through different things together, like in a relationship. So you're, I guess, kind of teaching her what is right, what is wrong, and kind of filling out without even telling her what she stands on it without
I mean,
your actual opinion.
But like specifically, like times like this, like the Black Lives Matter movement, like how do you address that in a relationship?
I would let her speak on it. I would ask her how she felt about it and see where she went with it.
Trying to bait her in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's literally just having nonstop conversation about it
Right.
when it comes up.
I mean, because it's wild to me because specifically, I know somebody who was just like, you would think that they would know or understand on some level, you know, being in a relationship with somebody who was black and having black children, and they was really on some. Not everybody's a victim. Like I was like, whoa, player, that's not what we're talking about right now. Like you need to understand.
And I think
but it blew me back because I was like, damn, if I thought anybody was gonna get it, I thought for sure you. And then it's scary because it's like, ain't you raising black kids? Like,
Damn.
and it's like then that's when it's like to me it's just like, oh shit, no, somebody got to sit this one down.
I honestly feel like
But whose job is that to do? Because I can't do it.
you literally have to want to try to understand it. If you feel like you know the answers and you know that
You're not gonna get it.
you're never going to see it.
But I'm just saying, like me, like nobody had to explain it to me.
But
For some reason, it just opened for me like immediately. I was like, okay, I get it.
But I could see you
I
saying,
don't know-
you know
I don't
what?
know why.
Let me see what this documentary's about. Fuck it. Let me watch this shit.
I mean, I do
And
that
you feel
all
what
the
I'm
time.
saying?
You were embedded in a neighborhood with a bunch of black people.
That don't matter.
And no.
That can make the most blind white person there is. Because I've had conversations with friends of
Blind
ours.
on what levels?
Like
I mean, they're going to see.
in a sense of what you're going through, as far as racially. Because if you're not a white person who's racist and you live around black people, you might not see the things that happen to them because you don't
because
do
you're
it.
what, just as poor? And
Yeah,
No, because you're just-
it's like I came from the same circumstances. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
people
we
won't
got the same
complain, whatever,
opportunity.
yeah, so
But
I
you
did,
don't-
why didn't you do it? And it's like,
Right, but you don't see. We're both in high school. I walked down the street. The cops came and pulled me over. You don't see that because you weren't there. Now, if you were there, you see it.
Right.
You feel what I'm
Then
saying?
that means the black people weren't doing what they were supposed to do to teach that friend.
how many black people you think I was around teaching?
I
Stupid.
mean, but you have to be in that situation. It has to happen. It has to happen.
You have to experience it yourself.
I always
or
thought
if not experience it yourself, someone very very close to you has to have experienced it yourself. Experience it
or
themselves.
just my route is it's none of my business. You know what I'm saying? Like that's your guys' experience, and I support you. You know what I mean? I encourage you, and whatever you need from me, you got it. You know what I mean? But I'm not like I hate it when white people try to tell black people how to feel. Like.
That's the biggest problem.
And it's just wild to me how people take those liberties where it's like, sometimes you just don't have an opinion here. Sometimes you need to shut the fuck up. And that's just how I roll.
And I feel like people don't do that with any other thing. If somebody walks up to me and tells me, yo, I got cancer, this is how it feels, and this is there's some other symptoms, I'm not gonna say, listen, I get it that it's in your kidney, but the headache, I'm not gonna do that.
Right.
I'm going to listen. And I'm going to hear it out. We're going to gather the facts, and then we can analyze together. I'm not going to dismiss how you feel, what happened to you, and how you perceive it.
I have some people like after the riot took place at the Capitol, at the nation's Capitol. Of course I had some. I'm like everybody's like black friend. All right, so I had a couple of my my white friends that I went to high school with. Cool dudes that I know. I spent time with them. They've stood up for me in times. Like I fuck with these guys. I would consider these people my friend. But like I was like astonished at how much they didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And like you don't realize these things until you get older. Like because when you're kids, you only deal with kid shit. But as you're adult, and then like Facebook, like people have the opportunity to voice their opinions on like how they feel about shit.
So didn't know about what?
Just like I had one of my white friends tell me he didn't believe in white supremacy. Okay. And then I was like,
I mean, that's a curvy road because just saying white supremacy, it gives like this crazy connotation. They're like, what do you mean supremacy? Like, like we're just overriding everything. It's like, man, it's levels, system set up.
Right.
Like,
And that's what comes down to listening.
And that's what part that he didn't.
But if you don't want to understand it, then you're like, that's bullshit.
Exactly. And that's where he's at. And I know that about him.
Because I don't feel that way. It doesn't exist. It's like, I don't
pretty
know
much.
that.
And then like they've never seen it. It's like, dude, I went through the same shit as you. But he reached out to me to like talk about this because he considers me his friend. And he wanted to, let's talk about this because I want to believe what I believe, and I, pretty much to make sure that like I can still believe what I believe and we can still be friends, right?
Yeah, but I mean,
And I'm like,
there needs to be a line drawn.
No.
There's like,
Not with everything.
what do you mean?
You can't believe what you believe. You can't believe on a racist type level certain kind of thing and us still be friends. That's
the part we were getting to, trying to figure out exactly like what did he believe,
Right?
And like
certain things, friendships got to end.
there's certain things like he just didn't understand as we were talking, and like we were just only texting, and then like the text message were getting like I was getting so frustrated because he didn't understand, and I seen that he wasn't a person that wanted to understand.
They put that wall up where it's like I'm not gonna. This is dead to me.
That's not true.
So I guarantee you, he reached out to you just to tell you how he felt.
Right, just to
He didn't
fortify
care.
his
He's not coming to learn.
Yeah, he's not
no,
coming to learn.
No,
which is
but
bullshit.
on the other end,
Which
I
is
got
wrong.
another friend that he and I sat at his table and he listened to me. We talked and he heard me out because he's Irish American, and then we were talking about like because he explained to me why he didn't like what do you mean by white supremacy? You know what I mean? And because we talked about everything, and then we talked about like having like a heads up, you know what I'm saying? Like white people having like a head start in life, stuff like that. And then he was talking about his exact life. He was like, well, I didn't have a head start. Like my dad was a drunk, you know what I'm saying? He beat my mom. He was a regular laborer, you know what I'm saying? Like he did regular stuff. And
again, that's a micro level. Though we're thinking about a macro.
That's what exactly, and that's what I was explaining to him. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about you.
It's like you and me going into the same place is a different interaction. Like I'm pretty much good anywhere in America,
right?
And everything's just going to be like I know there's nothing.
I just started asking him minor questions. I was like, you don't think like nobody want? I was like, I asked him where he worked. He told me he worked. I was like, well, how many black people work there? And then he was like, one. And I was like. I'm like, you don't think? I was like, you don't think no black people want to work there? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was like, if it was equal opportunity, there would be no need for something called affirmative action. There'd be no need for it if it was equal. They had to come up with a law like, hey,
that forces us.
Y'all gotta at least have one nigga up in here,
right?
At least one.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like. I'm not asking,
like
and then
me,
I asked him
like
how many
me,
teachers.
I can never get fired.
I asked him how many teachers he had.
They ain't never let me
told
go.
all his teachers,
Trust
and I was
me,
like, how many of them were black?
They're working on it.
No, they ain't never.
None
I'm
of them were
the
black.
only one there. They get rid of me. They're back to they need me.
They'll hire a book or somebody.
Do whatever the hell you want.
Nah, but everybody else smokes. I don't smoke.
No.
So as someone who's moved around from Atlanta, Florida, all these different, even Newcastle, you've been in a lot of predominantly black areas. How do people in these areas feel about interracial relationships? How do you feel like black people view interracial couples?
I feel like the dudes are okay with it. I feel like the girls, the black women they don't really support it as much because
It's the black women and the white males that don't support it.
Yeah, but you got to think about this.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
But this isn't even like that's just a numbers thing. To me, because it's like, think about this. We'll just say
Geographically.
Because how many black people, you know what I mean, are in this county?
COVID.
I don't know.
It's like 6%. All right, so say you got like 6 to 10% of this county, black people are a part of, right? And then, what? There's like 3-4 families. Everybody's related to each other. What's your options?
That's what I'm saying.
You got to
So,
date
like,
white people because it's all you're surrounded by.
I don't have a preference. You know what I'm saying? I like white women. I like black. I like whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just whoever I'm attracted to, that's who I'm attracted to.
You don't have a preference at all.
Yeah,
At all.
But if you walk outside and you get approached by 7,
I have dated more white women in my life, and that's solely off of a geographic standpoint, period.
right?
I'm around more white people. I'm not going to stop myself from finding, love or something like that because I'm trying to force myself into one little pocket. That'd be like me like living in China or something like that. And there's 1 billion Chinese people here. And then I stop myself from dating one of these Chinese ladies because I'm supposed to be marrying within my culture. I think that's kind of crazy. I mean, that's where I'm at. If I lived in Atlanta and there's a bunch of black women out there, the percentage of me dating a black woman is going to increase because there's more here. Okay. If I'm the area that I'm from, I'm probably related to half the black people around here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you mean I have to like stop myself from?
That's what I'm saying, though.
Yeah, I think that's insane.
So what did when you say that black women hate it? What do black women say? And I wish we had some callers. We could call some. What is their perception on why, or is it just angry? I get because of stats.
I don't feel like it's anger. I feel like they just don't feel as valued as they should be.
Black women.
And I feel like I date black women. I've only dated black women.
I'm gonna let y'all take this.
Black women hate for a good black man
to be with a white woman
to take another white woman to that certain kind of status.
Yeah,
and they only care about good guys.
So people who hate,
and that's my thing. If is it a female thing? Because if he was with another black woman, wouldn't they just be just as upset because they lost?
No,
I don't think it would sting as bad. I feel like it stings a little bit when it's
what's
just
crazy is like
when they find out like certain.
Why would you care when I didn't want you?
With that specific person,
Like,
or the entire race?
Say if I go and date a white woman, why would a black woman be mad at me for this good guy dating a white woman when I never wanted her? It wouldn't make sense. Like, I don't want you, so why are you mad? Like, did you want me that bad to where you're mad? It makes no sense. Or are you
protect black women at all costs?
Unless they're mad on a level to where it's not for them. They just want to see a black woman, and not necessarily them. They just want to see me or anybody else with a black female.
I feel like when I see like a lot of hashtags, I see a lot of black women promoting like the black love. Black love is like a big thing, like in the
That's what's up.
Push. Like I believe in it, but like I felt like it would be like you're a lot of love who you want to love. In other words, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't feel like, but I feel like it's the potentially settling. You know what I'm saying? Or quote unquote taking the easy way out. Because a lot of times people feel like when you date outside of your race, it's because you settled or it was easy. It was easier.
So let's talk about that. What are some of the reasons why people choose outside of the race? Ty said in this region it's just because of numbers and stats. What are some other reasons? Because I've heard people say before that they simply don't like their race. You know what I'm saying? Like I've heard black chicks say, I hate black men. So
really?
Yes. I've heard black chicks say, I can't do nothing with them. They all want to be thugs. Bop, bop, bop. I need to find me a good white man. And I've heard black men say, black women too loud. They too aggressive.
I've definitely heard
you feel
that.
what I'm saying?
That's terrible.
I think that's horrible too. You know what I'm saying? And it almost says, like, what is that? Is that insecurity? Did you just suck as a person? And, you know what I mean? You couldn't find a good person, period, and you're blaming it on the race? You know what I'm saying?
I think you're just really coming up with as many excuses as you
possible.
possibly can.
Yeah,
why you're single.
So if you're single and you're lonely, you're going to try to put people in certain lanes, putting people in certain boxes to make yourself feel better about your situation.
Okay.
Because I would never. I mean, that just sounds crazy as hell to say, like, I'm not going to date a black female because she's this and she's that, blah, blah, blah. Because I feel like
Not everyone's the same.
Not everybody's the same. I'm just going to judge you how I judge.
So that
you.
specific person's tripping.
Right. That's what I feel.
And for me as well, I agree with you.
Do you feel like you put yourself in a box? Because I feel like you do.
I do.
The way you said you only date black women, I feel like you put yourself in a certain box to where you're limiting yourself that potential chance of. Are you attracted to white females? Or
yeah, I've had sex with white women. Like I've kicked, but I've never like really taken one like serious. Because I knew that that's ultimately like not what I really wanted.
It was your family, huh?
Not my family. Like all my brothers, date white women, and it's cool. But
did they want to move forward with you, or was it mutual?
I never even took one to that level.
Okay.
It was all specifically like a good time, more so something I couldn't have. But once I got it, because in Newcastle, that's like really the white girls I wanted. Like I don't want the white girl that want to be black.
So it was more of a thrill. I gotta try this.
I want the yoga,
like a
type
midget,
shit,
like a
I want
midget.
a white girl I'm not supposed to have. I
the
want
ones with
like,
the sweaters and the yoga pants with the Starbucks.
Yeah, that shit. Uggs, leggings, oversized sweater. Yeah, I'm into that. Parents pissed.
Yeah,
all
parents
that shit. Like I would be, but nah, like that's just not my flavor. Like it's just so much about a black woman that attracts me. Like cucumber melon and that smell of fruit doesn't entice me, but the smell of shea butter and honey and you know what I'm saying, like
right.
pink lotion and just getting their hair done, that shit is enticing to me. You know what I'm saying? Like that skin on that black woman just is enticing as fuck to me. Like now a tan white girl looks good, you know what I'm saying, and a white girl with a fat ass is whoa, that's just a black man's kryptonite, low key. You know what I'm saying? Some big buns or something, white.
Right.
It's like, let me see what's going on with this. But it's just something about a black woman like her. I'm really into my own culture. That's what it really is. Like,
but I think everything is hip hop culture now. So I mean,
it's not genuine. It's not true. I don't feel like it's genuine.
I think it's very close to being true now. I can see you saying that. I can see you saying that
still,
probably like 7.
It got to be rooted. You know what I'm saying?
Do you see these white bitches dancing on Instagram now?
Just because you can
rhythm,
just because you can dance, you got rhythm. Don't mean that shit's rooted in you.
No, I know.
Because if I put on some Vivian Green, are you gonna get it?
I'm just
you know what I'm
shit,
saying?
but I'm just saying.
So it's more about the culture for you.
Yeah, I want you to understand me, and I want to understand you,
and I respect that.
And I kind of am putting myself in the box because I should learn more about other cultures and try different shit. But I like what I like, and I know this is what I like.
Okay.
When I was living in Florida, like I was talking to this Cuban girl, bad. And she was like, I feel like you like me, but I feel like, you know what I'm saying, you really like black women. You know what I'm saying? You prefer black girls. And I'm like, I do. It's just something about a black woman. You know what I'm saying? It's emulated. It's never duplicated. You know what I'm saying? Like you cannot, everyone, like as much as hips Kim Kardashian and Kylie Jenner have, there'll never be a black woman. You know what I'm saying? As fat as J-Lo's ass is, and I love J-Lo, you know what I'm saying? But she's not a black woman. You know, it's all emulated, but it's never duplicated. And I want that genuine, real shit. Like that's what I'm into.
Okay. I think one reason I disagree with interracial relationship when it's more of like a rebellion in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like almost like because I was told not to date that, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's probably more with white women. Their fathers telling them that, you know what I mean, you can't bring home a black guy.
Yeah.
And it being more of a rebellion. I guess Asians are the same. Spanish are the way too. Everybody says don't bring home a black person. Everybody says
nobody no nigga at their house.
Asians can bring home a white guy, but they still be wanting you to stay with
any race can bring home a white guy, except a black girl.
I think
when you bring when a black girl brings a white guy home, we give him the hardest time possible.
You know what's crazy? I have such a hard time with a black female dating a white guy. And people always say to me like, yo, Ty, that's fucked up because you fuck with white women. But I feel like it's different because the white women weren't the oppressors. It was the white man. So the white man was the oppressor.
Hey, there you go. the oppressor's back.
But I'm being serious though. Like the white man was the oppressor of us. So therefore, when I see a black woman date that, I'm like, what the?
Yeah. Pass us the joke, just in case.
So I'm like, yo, who raised you,
just in case,
and didn't give you the knowledge to let? All the white women was doing back then was just like, yeah, I mean, well, that's what my husband's doing.
Far from true.
Hey, this is
nah, bro. You're still complicit. She could have got her ass whooped, but she still could have got her ass whooped for us.
Okay, but I mean, they were still letting us raise their kids.
Your reason
They were
It's
still
dumb.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I
You should
feel
just
that
stop.
way.
Let me ask, is this racist? Check this out. If you feel a way if your sibling is dating outside their race, I mean, you cool with black people all the time, but until they start
that's
fucking
racist.
with you, like that's
100%,
that racist?
100%
Because I know people that's super cool, but you start
Yeah, it's always
crossing
cool
that.
until you're in the family. And it's like, nah.
And is that racist?
I had a homie tell me that straight up. We was playing ping pong in high school at his crib. And he just straight up told me in the middle of the game playing ping pong, he was just like, hey, bruh, like I don't got no problem with black people or nothing like that. Obviously, you be at my house all the time, but I could never see myself like ever. I would never date a black woman. And I was just like, what the fuck you mean you will never date a black woman? But white men feel like
They don't understand our struggle.
yeah, but he just wouldn't.
Is it a superior thing? Like I'm superior than them?
Yeah. Also, too, they will never date a white chick that fucked a black guy because they feel
That
she's tainted.
pisses white guys off.
Pisses them off.
You know that's a question that they ask.
Yeah.
They ask
ask
that.
that.
You ever been with a black guy?
Oh.
I've never asked a black girl if she's ever been with a white guy.
Never.
That's
I don't
never
give a
like-
fuck.
It's not. I don't give a fuck.
Right. But
I
they-
just want to make sure you never had a train
love
ran
this.
on you. Other than that, like I'm
He
cool.
said, "I love this."
This is hilarious.
But like I don't. If like when a white guy finds out that
you know white women lie about that shit too.
Oh, I'm
for
off this.
sure,
Like I know this one dude, he started dating this chick in college, and like I knew she was
yes, college.
getting, I mean, beat down by like I'm talking about
Can I get-
basketball squad, football squad.
Can we
like,
tell
I
the
already
white
know.
guys to the white guys in the world to let you know if your white girlfriend white wife went to college
Oh, it's over.
and it was any D2 and up. Division 2 school and up, she's had a black penis in and around her mouth, guaranteed. If she's good looking, guaranteed. If she likes any type of sports, for sure.
Oh,
For sure.
If she got a
If she
pair of
went to-
Air Max or some Jordans in there,
It's a wrap.
it's just no.
It
Look,
happens.
go back and look at them old Facebook pictures, them tagged ones, and then you'll see.
Did he
Went
have
to that-
sisters?
No.
Jesus Christ.
No sisters.
No sisters. What did he say his reason? Like what are some reasons why?
He gave me the whole I don't know, but I mean I knew what it meant.
Like why do?
I mean, he was probably. I mean, his pops probably implanted. I mean, that's probably something like
yeah,
at
for
a
sure.
young age he heard something and was like, "Yeah, that's not supposed to happen." So then he just grew into that. Never supposed to happen.
See, I
Well, that happens all
But
the
would
time.
he have? But so he wouldn't date one. But did he have sex with them?
No.
Okay.
so we talked about why like black women hate it, but why do?
Assuming.
Okay, assuming. But why do fathers not want, even just parents, period, why do people, period, not want people to mix, to be in interracial relationships?
I feel like you trust your own race a little more than you trust another race.
Great answer.
You know,
I like that. Dude. I like that.
it's just like I can't
I didn't know
I can't relate to a white guy or I can't relate to a black. I can only base it off of like stereotypes and what I've seen or heard. And unfortunately, what I've heard about black men is they don't stick around to raise their kids, not knowing that you know what I'm saying. It's systematic.
That's a great fucking answer.
You know, it's not even thinking of the systematic oppression, not even thinking of the situations they may have been through, you know, what's going on. It's just like, they just keep saying you guys are bad dads.
So you think
Hell of a
that-
ball player, but you just are just bad dads.
So you-
That's why they take little light-skinned Ty, be great-grandfathers to him, and then he's an outstanding, fucking,
Hilarious. I like that.
you know what I'm saying? He's an outstanding athlete at this all-white school.
Okay.
And it comes out successful as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but,
So-
hey, he bent the corner. On that.
I'm just saying.
So you think the stereotypes that have been embedded in them are the reason they don't want?
When black and reversing, like when like a black father and he sees his
I don't
her
like
black
this
daughter with
question,
potentially a white guy, it's like I don't know, man. This might be a fetish.
True.
You know what I'm saying? He might just be trying this out or something like that. Like, we want to know what your parents think about this and shit, because ultimately we can be okay with that, but we're only gonna be okay with that if your parents are okay with that.
Oh, okay.
If your parents ain't okay with that, like if you can come over our house, but like even I've been speaking from experience. Like my brother dated a white girl. The white girl was welcome at our house. My brother wasn't welcome over there, but so my dad was
That was
like,
the same thing how my
dad was like,
relationship
nah,
started
you can't
off.
come over here because my son can't go over there. And then their dads had a conversation. He's like, hey, I know you're a good guy, Clark, you know, but we just don't believe in that. We just don't do that. And my dad was like, that's fine. If my son's not good enough for your daughter's not good enough for my son. How about that?
How did your parents feel about interracial dating?
They hated it at first. Like at first until they got to know.
Like, was it verbalized or what? Could you just feel it?
No. Well,
Like,
my
you looking for trouble? I too. You messing
my
with the white chicks.
dad-
You looking for trouble?
Oh, they definitely say that.
My
They say
dad,
that.
he never
and it's true.
verbalized it, but my mom, she was definitely like, I can't believe I thought you would be with a black chick and just wait down the road when she get mad at you, she gonna call you the N word. like she was really on it. She didn't like it at all. She got to know her and she just knew like 'cause it was pretty much like.
That definitely does
Mama,
happen though.
They definitely instill a fear.
I'm gonna be around her. So I mean, you're just gonna have to get used to this. You know what I'm saying? This is a decision I made, so that's just what I rocked with.
Black people definitely instill
And she
some
got
type of like,
disowned.
No, they didn't.
like directions or like
They still
like
rock with
a
her.
like caution for like them white girls. You better be careful, man. They gonna, you know what I'm saying?
Watch
They
yourself.
gonna, they give you
Right, it was just white people,
and they do
period.
the same thing with black people too. I mean, with on the opposite, like if you're dating, they just be like, don't date them. You know what I'm saying? They just be like, nah, fuck no, that's not happening. We'll be like, nah, man, like. My dad would say, be careful dealing with them white girls. They'll find you on Shenango Stop Road hanging from a tree with your gear.
They used to tell us that too, because we used to go hang out up
be
Copple.
hanging out on Shenango Stop Road with my gear in my mouth. I'm like, they gonna cut my dick off. Like they don't play, but don't, man. Be careful them white. You got to think. My dad was born in 1953.
Okay.
Interracial marriage wasn't passed in the United States until 1967.
Right.
You
It
feel
wasn't legal in all states,
All states
until
yeah.
1967.
So we talk about my dad's 14.
Right. That's wild.
He done been in school with a whole bunch of white girls. Like, don't you dare look at that white woman. You better keep your eyes. Don't touch. And then they be like, he looks a little different. He's kind of cute.
In your household, was there, because you lived, your mom and dad were separated, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was there a difference in how they perceived it? Was one for it and one not for it?
I mean, obviously, like my dad didn't care what I did.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Now, because my sister, it was a no-go. He wasn't with it. You know what I'm saying? My mom, that's a good question. I don't even know how she felt about it. Obviously, she didn't care. Damn near took in all her boyfriends anyway. You know
Was it something like young that they did like instilled like to her, like you can't date black guys? Or was it like when she got old enough to start dating, it's like, whoa, you would,
Yeah, it kind of like came like that because
Okay.
I don't ever remember being like expressed. It wasn't
Okay.
a thing. It was
Okay.
like, you know what I mean? It was never.
right.
I mean, I didn't really date anybody. Period. You know what I mean? It just kind of like wasn't my thing. Whatever.
Did your whole situation start off as a fetish and then?
I don't even know, dog. Like I honestly, I don't know.
Because
Because it doesn't
I
make
genuinely
sense.
think
'cause-
that you like black chicks now.
He's
but,
just
like,
into
where
the
did-
culture.
where
You
did it-
just fit in better with like. Unfortunately, not unfortunately.
I don't know. I can't explain it like at all. I don't know. That's why like whenever I'll be looking at her, I'll be like,
Well, just think
I'm
about
like,
it
you
for 2
fucking
minutes and
with
we'll come back.
scumbags.
Think about it for 2 minutes. We'll come back. Go ahead.
Like in my household,
I want to know.
in my household,
don't know.
I don't feel like my mom ever said it, but I felt it. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like we all felt it because there'd be some of us who would be talking to white girls at the moment, but we wasn't taking them to the semi-formal or to the prom.
It's crazy.
That's
I had
nuts.
a white girlfriend and took
A black,
a black chick to the prom.
and it's not even an issue,
And that goes on a lot.
right? And nobody's tripping about it.
that's what you're supposed to do, right?
I mean, that's what it.
That's
It was like, oh yeah, like your parents ain't gonna be cool with me going with you.
Oh,
You just knew you wasn't crossing.
It
the
may
line.
not
We didn't even really talk about it.
I didn't
it
even think
wasn't
about
even
it.
it was already
it was
established.
like, it was like just a step. Like, oh okay.
Yeah, I'll see you there.
I see you there and
asked her-
see you after.
It was like I asked her. I was like, yo, who you taking? She told me who she was taking. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm taking. I'm like, all right, bet. When we gonna get there, we gonna link up. We gonna party together afterwards.
It's
Wild.
like their parents
Right.
already knew. It was
I didn't even
a
think
no-go.
about that.
I was listening to Dr. Umar
They
Johnson.
didn't do that shit in Newcastle.
I wanna
You did
hear-
not take.
For real?
I mean, like if you took a white girl, you took like one of the ones that's from around the Team Jordan white girls. You know, the ones that's like
Baby
I
fat.
only date black
Womp
guys.
womp.
I
you know?
hate them bitches.
I didn't make the ones I'm into. I'll be like, oh my god, like
Those are the ones that say the N-word on the internet.
That's they only show black memes and shit. Where it's a thick black girl. I'm like,
Yeah.
It's
that's
weird
not
as
who
fuck.
you are. You're not that person.
Or share
to me.
memes with the N-word in it.
Yeah,
It's like,
they love that.
Like,
Yeah.
relax.
I
Big
do
ass
not-
gold hoops.
Big gold hoops,
Hey,
Team
yo,
Jordans.
I swear by it.
Probably what a LeBray piercing or some shit or
Slick
one of them.
hair.
There's a haircut. There's a
Slick
haircut.
hair, the bob haircut. Like,
35 and under. If a white chick got on gold jewelry, she fucks only ninjas.
That's hilarious. I was listening to Umar
bigger,
Johnson.
the bigger the earring.
Dr. Umar Johnson said marriage is an economic institution so much that in divorce court you divide assets. Most of the time, when black men marry white women, the woman is marrying up in social economic status, which means she's an upgraded by marriage, and wealth is then taken away from those who have already been robbed enough. So black men that deal with white women are a traitor to their race.
That's what I just said earlier.
That's how Umar Johnson feels. He feels that you're taking away from the black community by marrying outside.
But what if you're white?
It's economically. I see what you're saying.
But what if your
That makes
white wife
sense.
is contributing to the black community?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, even if you're in a black relationship, you're still gonna go to Walmart. That's
Yeah, but
that's
either
white
way-
out.
but
either
he's
way,
saying
he's
the
fucking
family
wrong.
structure is an
What he said.
institution.
Like,
wrong.
it's not a traitor. Like I know this.
No, I'm with him.
I know this
Y'all
white
fucking up.
white woman, and like she puts a lot of jobs and opportunities in the black community. Like she actually probably hangs out with more, black people than whites. But she's also from the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it wasn't.
Oh, Rachel Doe's all assholes.
Yeah, it's like she's more so just like
Oh, no,
get money.
subject.
Like this is who I'm attracted to. These are the men, and you know what I'm saying. Like she's
Yeah, but I feel like that's not what he was saying at all.
Right, I think
He's saying it was from an economic standpoint.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like this institution is about, building a wealth, or you're like an industry starting a business, basically. You know what I mean? And you taking your business outside of your race. You know what I mean? Like you should be building within. That's how I took it.
yeah, I feel like what the
You
semen
are-
that comes out my nuts, they still gonna be black. You know what I'm saying? And the wealth is
Are we breeding?
still black.
Are you breeding us out, or are we breeding y'all out? What's
we're
it?
breeding us out. We've talked about this years ago.
I say, yeah. I think we're getting y'all.
You know what else I've learned that
I was saying, I say it all the time.
I got a bunch of
losing my mind.
biracial nieces and nephews and whatnot, and like I noticed that like amongst the the biracial generation beneath us, they don't even like claim as black. They claim as like light skin, like it's their own thing.
What do you mean, like other?
And that's that
Pretty
that's-
much.
That's that self-hatred.
It's just like, but usually it's the ones. It's like their black dad wasn't really as involved.
I was about to say,
as they
because I
should've
preach and preach and preach that.
Yeah, because my
You
nephew,
are
I got one nephew that's like black, and then I have others that's more so like, not so much. It's just like I'm light skinned, and the ones that are light skinned, they date white women. They're not even attracted to black. I had one of my, he's
don't
like my little
understand
cousin. He told me, he said, if it ain't white, it ain't right. And he said that he's like,
Preach.
the reason why I don't date black girls is because they remind me of like my aunt and like my cousins and stuff. And like I don't want to be intimate with her. And then I look at her.
So
and
he got
look
some
up and
traumatic
see-
shit going on.
Right.
I'm just not
He's
ready to
just-
be in a relationship, so
That's realistic.
that's just what it really
That's
is.
realistic. You
That's
can't
just really-
blame it on like you like what you like. Like
But therefore, I'm also not going to chase a black chick, or I'm not going to chase a white chick. It's just when I'm ready, it could be the first chick that pops up in my life at that time.
Right.
Then I'll just
Do you
be-
think that like you're the one pursuing them, or they're pursuing you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you make that decision? They'll be like, I mean, you attract to what you're attracted to, but I mean, if I could be honest, if a girl came up to me and was like, "Hey, I'm into you," I'd be like, "All right, fuck it, I'm probably into you."
yeah, that's
Because like
that's real.
That's how it's always been.
That's
like,
real.
I mean, I might throw out some interest there or whatever, but it's like.
Yeah.
Once,
I'm
once
taking
they
what's-
show
I'm taking
interest, then all of a
what's
sudden I start
happening.
building in my mind and
Like,
be like, oh,
dang,
I could actually do this.
You like
You're
me?
attractive. You're
Yeah.
attractive. Okay.
you get me.
yeah.
I feel like me. Like I feel like
Like I think
I
women
was
have a lot
tainted.
more.
I feel like my
Influence.
shit was tainted.
Yeah.
Like in Newcastle, you really wasn't like allowed to date like that. And the white girls that I did like, you weren't allowed to like them, and they weren't allowed to like you back, type shit.
Top
And-
notch.
Yeah, and then it kind of like pissed me off because it's like, why not? You know what I'm saying? Like I go to school with you, we in the same class, I make you laugh, like, but it's like, nah, we can't get it. And the fact that like I was like, oh, I wasn't good enough for you or some shit, or we, you know what I mean? And then I end up seeing him years later, and then the guy that they're with, her husband, is god awful, and I'm like, and you said I couldn't, nah, like that shit bothered me, so I was like, I'm not. If y'all don't like me, I don't like y'all. Fuck y'all. And then that's where it came, because they really was not the good ones.
So you were traumatized.
Not traumatized, but
Or-
like I
or-
definitely
or-
had to sneak out of a window
Or he experienced
because my
racism
black
early.
ass was at the house. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm cool on that shit. Like, y'all ain't that. And in Newcastle, the black girls, the good looking black girls, they all like the niggas that sold dope. Like I wasn't a drug dealer.
I seen your post. That shit was hilarious.
Yeah.
You said
Should've sold
infertile.
dope. Get
Yeah.
involved, Rico.
Yeah,
Stop
nah,
being a
fuck that
bitch.
shit. I was like, they couldn't, like, y'all don't see me as a. But now when I'm because that's a lame man. This, he's square, shit like that. But now it changed from square to educated black man, and now I'm a little more sexy. It's like, no, thank you.
Right,
Please,
right.
please save that.
Yeah.
Now those white guys that was good enough for y'all back in high school, you know what I'm saying? They're all heroin addicted and been through all kind of shit, missing teeth and shit like that.
And that goes for black chicks too. Like,
Yeah, black.
you remember
the black chicks too.
The
The
chicks
ones
that was with the
fine
older
back then?
dope heads.
Yeah,
I mean,
now
the dope dealers. Like,
now they don't look like they used to, and now I'm like, I'm cool actually. Thank you. When I was at the barbershop, this Italian lady came. She dropped her son off to get a haircut, and then she came back in saying how handsome he was. She was like, he's going to be this, he's going to be that, and marry him a nice Italian girl. Woo woo woo. You know what I'm saying? And
Black?
no, it was Italian girl. It was Italian lady.
Yeah, but Italians, they promo that.
They promote.
So do Greeks.
Staying with
Yeah.
Greeks, Asians, everyone else but blacks.
Anybody who wants to try to step back with like they still have a piece of the homeland of wherever it is. You know what I mean?
that are growing extinct.
I don't
Well, know
I
if
don't
they're
feel like
really
that's
growing
wrong
extinct.
though. To want to.
I'm not mad at that.
Those are reasons I'm okay with you saying, yo, stay within your race.
Like
If
they
you're-
have functions to bring other people around from other areas, and they go to those specific schools, churches.
I just feel like
Indians
every
do
other
that too.
every
Just
other
for
race.
I don't like it. I think it's wrong.
I feel like every other
What?
race
You
think it's
promotes.
wrong?
Bruh, I want to arrange my daughter's marriage.
you need to stop.
What do
You
you
already
have?
fucked up.
What's your
I would
daughter-
arrange.
what's
If
your-
my daughter would let me arrange her marriage, I would.
Would your daughter? Would you pick your daughter's husband's race?
God damn, until now, I assumed she was gonna marry a black dude. That's crazy. I never even thought about it. In
'Cause
my
you're- 'cause
mind,
you know why?
she's just gonna grow
'Cause you're-
up and be
'cause-
with a black guy.
Because you're a black dude and
I
then
feel
you
like
trust
my daughter's
within your
gonna
race.
be with a white guy.
Who?
I think my daughter's gonna be
One hundo.
Yeah, I think
That's
she's
not
gonna
even
be
the
with
question.
white guy.
Why do you feel that?
That's crazy.
Because
That-
she's gonna be
Because you're a
surrounded by
piece
him.
of shit
Surrounded.
representative of a black man or what? No, I'm fucking with you.
Mixage. Because I know how it makes them feel.
No, she just lives in an area where she's surrounded by nothing but white people.
Yeah.
But
So
that daughter can be in love with her dad
But
so much that she wants a guy like her dad.
Yeah, but when you companionship, what you're around,
Yeah, I think
you could grow up in a family of Black Panther people, but be in a school full of white
I do not
people.
agree with that shit.
You
I do
fuck
not
who you're
agree with
close
that
to.
shit because those girls that go to all white Hopewell girls. Tell me I wasn't getting down on them Hopewell girls.
No, I didn't know no Hope
not
Girls.
me either.
See, like when them girls,
You knew people in other areas.
Yeah, those girls were like,
you
like
suspect.
that little get out of here. Those like biracial girls that go to those all white schools, when they see
Oh yeah, they want to go.
Tashawn ass for the first time, they be like, because our approach is completely different. They might have been made fun of because of their curly hair, or they may not have fit in that well over there. And the white guys ain't really showing them that play, or the white guy that they did like was a square. And then this fucking cool ass nigga come around and she like, oh, she bad. Next thing you know, and another guy, oh, she's bad. And then that shit, her head pumps up and she's like,
Right, she
I'm
get
gonna go where
that attention.
I'm gonna go where the love is at. And they show me love over here in the inner city.
But let's fast forward. A white woman.
Were you ever uncomfortable being in public with your white woman?
That's an easy.
No.
Or put in an uncomfortable position. Like even like when I was dating a black chick, I mean, even going to Walmart,
a little bit uncomfortable?
oh, bro, like people used to
Yeah, they'll
stand at
stare.
the end of the aisle
Yeah.
and just stare at us.
Yeah.
And see me, I'm stupid because I'm white, so I don't have to understand racism if I don't want to, right? I didn't get it at first. I'm like, fucking weirdos just standing there. She got it immediately. Once I found out, oh, that's some racist shit, lost my mind.
Right.
Okay.
What
Yeah.
about you? Have you ever felt uncomfortable in public with your white woman?
All the time.
Only when he sees black women, he's like, ugh, I know.
Especially
That's
when
exactly-
you see,
that's-
when you see black women. You're
Yeah,
like, Jesus.
100%. Like take a
Could
white.
you take 3 steps back, so it looks like we're not here together, but we're here together?
You take a white woman to a black cookout. It's like, man,
That's a cultural
you know, everybody is going to be looking at you a certain kind of way. So I mean, obviously, I'm going to feel it.
Right.
It makes me a little bit uncomfortable. I mean, to know that you're thinking about it.
So you've never felt
No. I'm saying
It's because your white woman is attractive.
it's not that I didn't feel uncomfortable. I know that it's there, and I can see how people feel. I just don't give a fuck.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? Okay. I've never cared about anything.
Have you ever
Have you ever?
How
about just why?
And black dudes, if you go into a predominantly black situation with a white chick, they automatically think that they can take your girl. Like she's up for grabs for everybody.
I mean, that's the same way with white dudes and black chicks.
I feel that
walking
way,
by.
though.
I mean, black dudes and I mean,
That's how you feel?
horrendous.
Yeah. I
white
do.
dudes? Yeah.
Oh my
But-
god!
and I see it
Going
all
to
the
the
time.
club,
Wait a minute, as a white dude going out with a black girl And you think all black guys can take your?
No, black dudes will just try you. They won't even, and they'll try her as soon as they see me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
I can see that. I can see that.
I've seen it.
If I see a black dude with a white chick and we're at the bar, I immediately ponder if I can whip his ass.
I can see that.
And if I can whip his ass, I'm like,
I can get this girl.
I'm just going to try to take her. I don't respect it. I don't know why. And I fuck with white chicks.
Hold on, you just said black dude, white chick.
Black dude, white chick. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would try it. If I thought she was cute, I would just try it.
Becky.
You know where I did really feel uncomfortable?
Oh, so now all of a sudden niggas felt uncomfortable.
No, I'm gonna tell you when the moment was because
2 minutes ago he didn't give a fuck.
Right.
No, I still don't give a fuck, but it was different because we went to Atlanta.
You took her to church. You took her to church in Atlanta.
Why would you do that?
No, I didn't take it.
Why the fuck would you? Why the fuck would you
TD
even
Jakes.
do
We
that?
were in Atlanta and everybody was black but her. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was black but her.
that
So
make you feel like-
it was more comfortable for me, but I could feel her.
Did that make you feel
She
like-
never wants to go to Atlanta again.
Did that make you
and
feel
she
like-
can't even explain why. I'm like, why? She's like, I don't know. Something about it.
Because I know how it makes them feel.
I feel like a black man showing up with a white girl amongst all of those black men. I
Yeah.
feel like you should feel a little nervous because I feel like she is up for grabs.
See, I didn't think of it in that terms. I just thought of it in terms of
Because like
I do.
not up for grabs because the niggas is like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, we got your little what's up with you?
It's crazy
Like
because
I feel
if
like
I see-
she
Oh,
just
black
might,
guys are gonna try
she
you.
just might be into black men. Like those are the worst. The white girls that are just into black men. It's
Like,
just
they're
like
not into
It
you.
doesn't necessarily mean, they're not into me as an individual. It's like I like which black guy is the coolest or the this at the
Okay.
time. You know what I'm saying?
I see a black man.
If she just
with
in the-
with a black woman, I immediately feel like he's trying to settle down.
you see a black
I'm
man
like-
with a black woman.
Oh, y'all
Yeah, I'm like,
engaged?
oh, y'all, all right. y'all taking care of shit. And I'm chilling.
You see him with a white chick, you be, oh, you still out here.
You still out here. You still on these streets.
Niggas are definitely gonna try your girl when you show up with your white girl.
any other.
I feel like you show up with
question.
your black girl, they're not really gonna try that much.
Has she ever almost called you the N-word?
So what about like her family? Because obviously, because your uncle's married to a white woman, right? Mm-hmm. So like y'all already have some interracial in the family.
Mm-hmm.
So your family's pretty much already equipped for it. What was her family like?
But as far as her family goes, there was never no. But I mean, not to speak ill for dad, because he's a good dude. He's never shown any racial signs. He loves his grandkids, and they all black.
All white people love.
They all
love
black.
biracial
But he
grandkids.
did tell them growing up, you could bring home anything but a black man.
I can't wait to
Do
have
you
that
think?
discussion.
Do you think that
I don't even
triggered
care
her
if I
to
have
be
black
like,
kids.
and that's what I want?
No, she said it because
She's a rebel.
She
That's
got
what it is.
she got she got 3 sisters. 2 of them are older. He told her that once he seen them hanging around so many black people, she had already dated white and black at this point.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because she's dated white dudes and black dudes.
Okay. Good. Good.
But so it wasn't so much of a rebellion thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But yeah, like he's never really showed no racial signs, no nothing. He's actually a cool dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? I rock with him, but that's
Do you ever ask her like if their conversations about you? Have they all been like positive and nothing negative as far as black girls?
I feel like I always hear them. Her and his relationship really started to build when me and her got together. That was like a part of our whole thing. I'm like, yo, you need to go back and that was like some therapeutic shit.
Might have
Like,
just been trying to keep you close.
This is what I realized that
You see the
white
vibes?
You know what I'm saying? Keep
White-
me, yo. Let me see what he's doing with my daughter, man. Let me be around my daughter a little bit more.
like white fathers, what they'll do if they do like they love their kids so much that they'll get you a job at their plant or whatever the case.
They
will
do
be.
that.
but that's
Oh, yeah,
anybody
to
though.
make sure.
They'll try to line you up.
That's
like,
anybody though. It's just most black people don't own. Most black people work for somebody, so they can't get you a job.
They're not doing
They're not
that.
going as far as that. They're
don't
gonna
have
make.
good
They're gonna do
intentions.
whatever they got to do to make sure that you're taking care of their kids.
Exactly.
Even though
They're
they're,
not-
even
it's
though
not good intentions, though.
and they want to have a hand in how you grow as a man. And if you work for me, I can fine tune
Not
you.
necessarily for you, but with you. But like they're kind of like that.
It's more so the security of their kid. They're like, look, you got my kid, and I cannot have my kid out here. You're not gonna have my kid, fucking baby
No,
mom.
no,
baby
no.
Yeah,
You're
you're not gonna have my kid out here struggling.
It's because they don't want to be embarrassed. They don't want to be embarrassed.
Definitely.
So when they mention, hey, my daughter's dating this guy, They want to say, and he works here.
Yeah,
and he
hell
does
yeah.
this,
That's because
and
white people always
he
say,
has
so what do you do for a
this."
living? I'm like, fuck.
I had to black that ass man.
Hey, so I think this was a good conversation. You know what I'm saying?
I thought it was a bunch of
Wait, who
bullshit.
came up with the
Shit like
topic?
that. I gotta prep for it. I'll be like, man.
What's this?
You know, what's the hook?
Grinding till my son came.
Okay.
I'ma grind till the sun came.
Sun came. Yeah. It don't matter if you're black or white. It don't matter if you're black or white. What Michael say? It don't matter if you're black or white. Can I get some ad-libs, Rick? It don't matter if you're black or white.
White.
What Michael say? He was in the video with Macaulay Culkin.
Yep.
I'm out here pulsing. I'm grinding. I'm out here walking. Following me, she they out here stalking. I'm grinding. It don't matter if you're black or white. It don't matter if it's day or night.
Damn night.
Shit, it don't matter if it's dim or bright. I'm grinding. 24 hours, I use them how I'm supposed to. Ha, everybody rich that I'm close to. If I'm in your life, I'll make it better. Shit, if I'm in your life, I'll make it better.
Oh yeah.
It don't matter if you're black or white.
Black and white.
Shit, it don't matter if you're black or white.
Black and white.
What Michael say?
Oh,
Mr.
black and
Jackson.
white.
Ooh,
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
ooh,
I am for real.
come on.
I see you in action,
Action.
and I'm trying to chill.
Ooh.
I see you chilling, baby girl. What you got it? I need it. What you got it? I'ma grab you by your pocket. It's fitted in my wallet, about as big as a rocket. I bet you can't stop it. Pop, lock, can drop it. Yeah, you know I like that when you pop that shit. Young.
I've been thinking, hey, yo, for the past 4 weeks.
He's like, who is he? Who's he rap like?
Does he rap like? It's Wale. Hey, I swear to God. This
What about that now? My sifa, what about no more blah blah?
whole time, like, I know he rap like somebody.
You see his face light up? He was like,
I seen that shit. That epiphany
That's
game.
exactly what it is.
Say, it don't matter if you black or white. Hey Ty, does it matter if they black or white?
I got no
You got the
bars
same
to
last
say,
name
bruh.
though. What did Michael say?
I got no bars, bro.
It's a good beat for you.
Talk to him. Just talk.
Put that deep voice on and talk that. Do that Boyz II Men nigga at the end. Give me that Boyz II Men shit.
It don't matter.
Shut up, bro. I was about to go, man. My lips start quivering.
because I know how it makes them feel.
Murdy trying to jump in. Trying to slump friends.
Got you pumped in.
I ain't got it today, bro.
Dump.
Gotta change this.
It's these
beat or
beats,
something.
bruh. See, when you come with the beats, Ty, we got good beats.
That hat looks real cheap. Drake got on.
Look
You
like
gotta
that
think-
Walmart
you gotta think probably
John.
100 though.
That's that Gildan boy. Definitely a Gildan boy. Man, we'll try to find one more. Bet.
Live, cuz.
All right, let's cut this off.